Hello, guys. I hope you all doing well. Tonight is going to be a night to remember. I promise. We're going to learn how to design business cards or complimentary cards. And as you all know, business cards are very um, useful in our day-to-day activities, especially for corporate individuals. So it's a lucrative aspect of graphic designing, and so we need to learn this in order to make money. So the first thing we need to do is to move to our Pixel Lab app. This is what we are going to use for it. Now business card comes in a certain size, so it usually uses the YouTube thumbnail, so we need to select that size for it. So in this regard, let's now rotate our phone. So allow me to rotate my phone in this format. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to go to where we have these three dots, then you press on it. So we have so many options, as you can all see. So we want to adjust the image size to the YouTube thumbnail, so we're just going to tap on it, then we tap on this arrow, then we are going to locate it here. So YouTube thumbnail, then once you apply, this is how it's going to be. So it's a rectangle with a very long length and a smaller or a small breadth relatively. All right, so this is it. Now we need to delete this text. It's not yet time for text addition. So the next thing we need to do is to make the background cool. If you are okay with this background, you can use it, but then it's always advisable to use something else, not the default background. So we just move to this button we have here, then we can select some color for it. So very importantly, the reason why you should make sure, the reason why I'm saying that we are going to build on what we learned yesterday is because we are making this business card for the same person we made the logo. I believe you get what I'm saying. So what we are going, the most important thing of all is that you should make sure that the color combinations you used for the logo should be very much used in the business card designs. I believe you get where I'm driving at. So we are going to make sure that all the color combinations we are going to make use of here, all the color choices should match with those of the logo. So I think yesterday we made use of red and blue. So we will make sure that we are going to use red and blue. If anything at all, we just add another color to it. So without much ado, let's now use blue for the background. So let's use blue for the background first. So we use blue. So we can use blue with some gradient. So maybe this is cool, or maybe we can use something else, or let's just use a color for it. So this is blue, so we are okay with this. Then once you are okay, just press this mark sign, then we move on. Now the next thing we are going to do now is to add a shape. So we are going to add some shape. So we move to the middle icon or button we have here, then we move on with shape. So we'll be provided with a square. Now we are going to use this square anyway, but then we need to make some adjustments on it. So the first thing we want to do is to bend the vectors or the vertices. So we want to bend the vertices. So by so doing, we make use of radius. So we reduce the radius. As you can see, it's been reduced at the background, so you can all feel this. So let's use something not too big. So maybe 20 is cool. All right, then maybe if you like to change the color, so probably we need to use red in this case, or we can just use some other color, but then let's use red for this. So this is it. So once you are okay with this, you just press this mark sign up there. Oh, sorry. So you just press the mark sign, then it means we are okay with this. Now you can be able to enlarge the size, and what we are going to do now is that we are going to rotate the shape we have through 180 degrees. So we are going to rotate it in this form. I believe you can all see. So then we move it to the extreme end. I believe you all follow what we are doing. I believe you get what I'm saying. So this is it. So once you are done with this, it's cool for us. Once you are done with the positioning, you just move on. Now there's one very important thing. We want to bring another shape of the same size and of the same radius. So all we need to do, we don't need to still move to shape again before we do this. We can just copy what we have done and edit it. So by so doing, the first thing you need to do is to press this mark or this button up here. Then you'll be given this, or this page will pop out from this extreme left. Then we just point. It has so many options, but then we are interested in this one in the right top corner, so we're just going to press on it. Then it also has so many things on it, so we are just going to copy it. We want copy, so we are just going to press this copy, then it's going to copy for us, as you can all see. So we have a copy or a copy of what we have just used first. So perhaps let's use red. It's also having red, but then we don't like red, so we can use white for this. So we just move to color. So once you go to color, you enable it, and maybe let's use white for it. So maybe white is cool. I believe you can all see. So this is it. So once you are done with this, once the alignment is cool, you just leave it this way, or if you want to align it properly, it's up to you. All right, so having done this, the next thing you need to do is now to import the image, the logo. So in this case, we are going to use the Nana Kwame logo, which is the NK logo, part of what is it, letter marks or monogram logos. All right, I believe I'm right. So all we need to do now is to press this addition mark up here. Then we move to from gallery. So we just go and fetch our logo. So our logo has been saved in the Pixel Lab category. So we just pick the one with the PNG. So this one has the transparent background, and this one is what we should use for this purpose. So we're just going to press this, then we now align it properly to fit the purpose. So as you can all see, so we make it this way. All right, so this is our logo. So we align it properly. Then once we are done with the alignment, it means we're just going to move on with something else. All right, so the next thing we want to do is to now add text. It seems this is too bold, so let's make it a little bit smaller than usual. All right, so I think this is cool. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is to add the details, the person's details. So the business card usually contains maybe the person's name. First is the person's name, then maybe the person's location, then maybe the telephone number, and probably the social media handles if there are any, and maybe the person's email, and if it has a website, we can also add that. So we start off with the person's name. So as obvious as it may seem, the person's name is Nana Kwame. If he or she has, if it's probably a he, so if he has some other name, we can just add it. So maybe Nana Kwame, then maybe some other name. Which name should we use? Maybe God's plan. So God's plan. All right, so we are okay with this, so we just move it. So the name is going to be at the top. The topmost corner is going to be occupied by the name, as you can all see. So we can be able to change the font. So we do that by moving to where we have our font. So this is our font, so we can select a very cool font for this one. So let's check through to see which font can fit this purpose. So we can try this. Yeah, I think this is cool, so we can use it. All right, so I think it's cool. So this is it. We can minimize the size if we so wish. Then the next thing we need to do is to bring on board the person's location. So there's a location sign. Okay, this one you need to download it from Google. So you just type PNG and then maybe house logo PNG, then it's going to bring all those files for you in that format. So all we need to do is to import them from this place. So we just tap on add, then we go to from gallery, then it's going to bring us to our gallery. Then we just select what we have. So I've downloaded it, so it's probably in downloads. So I'm just going to move until I get it. So this is it. So as you can all see, this is it. So I can make it in this circle or in this circular form by adjusting it this way. Okay, so you need to adjust it. Then once you are cool with that, you press the mark. All right, so we are now going to align it. Sorry, let me return or re-rotate my phone if there's any word like that. All right, so this is the location sign. Then at this point you need to make use of the alignment. So by making use of alignment, we use this function or this button. So when you press it, it's going to bring lines. So you need to align all you are doing. So we still can set this properly. So by pressing this other one, we can be able to set it. So maybe we can move this so that it's in alignment. I believe you get what I'm saying. Right, so this is it. So once we are okay with that, we can now move this and the alignment is maintained. All right, then the next thing we can do is to add the text, so the person's location. So we need to add that quickly. So maybe the guy resides in maybe where should we use? Maybe Kumasi. So Kumasi precisely. Where should we use for this? Which location in Kumasi should we use for this? Maybe I've forgotten about this place. Kwame Chrome. Okay, so Kwame Chrome is cool. All right, so this is it. So once you're okay with this, then we just go for it and align it properly. So we're just going to align it this way. So we can also set this for the alignment of all the text. I believe you get what I mean by that. So this is it. So once you are cool with this, we move on to the next thing. So maybe the guy has a Gmail or an email, so we should also take note of that and add it to it. So we're going to make use of that as usual. So we need to first bring the logo or the picture which depicts this Gmail or this email. So we should bring that first. I think my location logo is not properly aligned. Let me do that quickly. So this requires a lot of work, a lot of patience and work. I believe you can see. So we can now import Gmail if there's any. So Gmail, we have Gmail here, so we can add it. So this is it. So we are also going to align it as usual. So this is probably how we design business cards. So you're just going to make sure the alignment is being maintained. Then once everything is cool, we can move on. So this is it. So you can space it out. There should be equal spacing as usual. So we make sure that everything is being spaced equally. Okay, so we can now add the person's email. So maybe the email is Nana Kwame 77 at Gmail. So you should know that it's just for the purpose of this video. So in reality, there's nothing like this. There's no email account like this. If it's there, then I don't know, but then I'm just using it for the purpose of this video. So this is it. So we should minimize the size so it goes there. All right, so this is it. Then the next thing is to bring maybe the guy's contact. So in that case, we need to bring the logo first. Then once we are done bringing the logo, so we import the logo for WhatsApp, which is probably here. So this is it. So we still make sure it's in alignment. So we make sure everything is aligned. Then we can add the contact. All right, so the next thing we need to do is to add the contact. So maybe the contact is +233 2497 76984. So then maybe this. All right, so that's this. Then we just bring it as usual. We align it as we said in this format. All right, so guys, I would like to stop here, and this is just a basic tutorial about how to make business cards. So we can continue with some other details, maybe a website, the Twitter handle, the Facebook or the IG, but then for the simplicity of this video, I would like to stop here. So this is basically how we create business cards. Now we also have an application which is called Business Card Maker, or business card maker. That's it. You can also use that application for business card designs, but what you are going to do is that you're just going to delete or adjust some parts of a template. So you'll be given a template, then you are just going to delete some of their parts and add your own details. But then it's not cool with that, so I prefer using Pixel Lab for all my business card designs. All right, so this is where we can stop so that we move on some other time. So this is basically how we design business cards. I hope this video was helpful. Try to send your comments so that we can get interactive. All right, so thank you very much and have a good night.